Hey, it's Clark Reid back with you with today's Tech Headlines. If you like our reports or find them useful, you can help us out by crushing that like button. And you can also subscribe so you know when each new report is up and ready for you to check out. The Trump tariffs, they're up, they're down, they're off, they're postponed, they're on again. And Trump's hang-up with tariffs is making a mess of international commerce. Now, Mashable.com reports price hikes based on what the tariffs have been or maybe have crept into places like Walmart and Target, and employees have started leaking some of them online. Here's some examples that are from Reddit's r/Walmart subreddit. One example has an 8-ounce jar of cocoa powder that was $3.44 and it's now been repriced up to $6.18. That's an 80% price jump. A Jurassic World T-Rex toy has been bumped up from $39.95 to $55. That's a 38% hike due to the tariffs. And a fishing reel that was formerly $57.37, now $83.26. As Walmart CFO John Rainey told CNBC last month, we're wired for everyday low prices, but the magnitude of these increases is more than any retailer can absorb, and it's more than any supplier can absorb. A 2023 Reuters report said that 60% of Walmart's goods were sourced from China between January and April of that year, and since then, Walmart has started shifting part of its supply chain to India, as is true with a number of electronics makers like Foxconn that supply Apple's iPhone. TikTok has started stopping showing the results for a hashtag called Skinny Talk. According to Engadget.com, critics have complained the videos with this label promote disordered eating and unhealthy or risky diet behaviors. France's Ministry of State for Digital Affairs was a leading critic of this, and now it's been on the radar of the EU regulators since April. And it's likely that determined users are going to come out with a workaround anyway, but this will at least stop the most blatant abuse. In 2020, TikTok had put restrictions on ads that might promote a negative or harmful body image, like fasting apps and weight loss supplements. TikTok began a partnership with the National Eating Disorder Association in 2021 to offer more resources for users of eating disorders that have eating disorders or are going that direction. And later in that year, they also introduced a new approach called a For You page in an effort to reduce the impact of watching too many repeated clips on a negative topic. Google has had to hold off on rolling out its Ask Photos AI search feature for at least a couple of weeks. TechCrunch.com says they've had issues with latency, quality, and what they're calling user experience. Some users already have the feature, but an updated version will be sent out correcting the problems in the next couple of weeks. The feature uses Google's Gemini AI to let users search their Google Photos libraries using natural language prompts. Meta and Russia-based Yandex have figured out how to abuse legit internet protocols and de-anonymize website visitors and secretly send unique identifiers to native apps stored on Android devices. ArsTechnica.com reports the tracking via the Meta Pixel and Yandex Metrica trackers let them bypass core privacy and security features that are in the Android OS and browsers that run on it. Yandex has used this bypass to trick people since 2017, and Meta picked up on it last September. It allows them to bypass the cookies or other identifiers from Firefox and Chromium-based browsers to native Android apps. They can pass those cookies on and use them for Facebook and Instagram and various Yandex apps, if you have any of those. And presto, they can tie your browsing history to the account holder. That's you. And then anytime you're logged into the app, you ever wondered why you are searching for something and then on Facebook you see an ad served right after that? Well, now we know why. By the way, it's apparently not showing up on Apple's iOS, and it may be technically possible, but iOS does have tighter controls on local host communications and background executions of mobile apps. Although Orwell wrote that Big Brother's watching you, which is more true than ever now, I don't think he ever imagined big tech that was watching even more and using your data to make more money for themselves. I'm Clark Reid, and you're technified for now.